Hey everybody, Long Go Ego here. My name's Jeffrey, and today we're back with my grandnephew, Rylin.
What? Just
And
Game
challenge
started.
has been sent. Okay, and we're off and running. Okay. I don't need that fan. So it has cooled down here in Hiroshima. We were approaching 100 degrees there for a few weeks. Now it's more into the 80s, so pretty reasonable. Okay, so you're doing a pinwheel.
yeah, I think we did that last.
Yeah, so I'm gonna break that by facing myself.
Righty. First thing you approach it.
So with beginners, no, you approach from the facing side.
Undo requested.
So the facing side is on.
Undo
across
granted.
across the start point.
Okay, so it would be here. Then.
There you go. Okay.
All right, and then should up.
Nope.
Undo requested.
When someone grabs you, you put
Undo
two hands
granted.
on them.
All right, and then
Three spaces, either high or low, either on K4 or K3. Now, Rylan, you're supposed to have these down by now.
yeah, we changed up orientation a little bit though, but I'm just remembering how to do this right.
Okay, so I'm going to approach this one because it gets me the extension before you get your extension off of the opposite corner. Now I'm also going to go low with my extension.
Okay.
That's kind of high. We want to do a
Undo
Kema
requested.
approach.
Undo granted.
Okay. So your K3 stone is gonna prevent me from going down that side very far. But okay, that's not what we do.
Undo requested.
For
Now,
the
if you do that, I'm just gonna play here and keep you out of my corner completely.
Undo requested.
So then you go further low. It's right here. Is it? Oh, sorry. Oops.
Undo requested.
Yeah.
Undo granted.
Right.
Undo requested. Undo requested. Undo granted.
Right. I remember that.
Okay. So then I'm gonna set myself on the 3-3, because if you get the 3-3, then you're taking the corner away from me completely.
Right. Then from here.
Nope.
Undo
You have
requested.
to extend.
Oh, right. Yeah, RD3 in the corner. Right.
Undo granted.
Okay.
I would have gone further, but I don't want to play that far out.
Now, okay, so maybe we will go low instead of high. Now, The other two corners on the right-hand side were both high approaches. Now this is low approach, so it's not going to look like the right side.
Okay.
So we only have, yeah, you kick. So we only have the three corners that we're working with. We're working with a high approach to a 3-4, a low approach to a 3-4, and then a came approach to a 4-4. That's it. It's the only three we use. Nope.
Undo requested.
Oh, right.
Extend. Extend.
Back out right.
Undo
You
granted.
got to spread out. Make a base. Okay. And then because you're low on the third line, I will go low on the third line as well. Okay, so now our corners are done. Now you've got to evaluate where your weak groups are, where my weak groups are, and where you would want to, beef up one of your groups and restrict me. Okay, now that would have been a good point for me, therefore it's a good point for you. So since you've got the side, I need to jump into the center. Okay, so now that starts to make a nice little round area for me, right? Circling the wagon, so to speak. Okay, now you've got the next move. So now the reason that we go 3 spaces is because that gives you room to expand. Now, we don't have to worry about the midpoint until the opponent approaches us. So for you to play that move is counterproductive.
Okay.
You've got the 2-stone mini wall. You got the K3 stone. So that's
Undo
covered.
requested.
Now, when you played H17, did I play M17?
No, fair point.
No.
Okay.
What did I do?
Went down so you could extend further out.
Yeah, I jumped out into the center because by jumping out in the center, that makes a nice round area there.
Right.
Right?
Undo granted.
So for here then,
Okay, so you can extend there, and I will do the same thing because I wouldn't want you to go any further. So notice we have a 1 space, then 2 space. Both of us have the same thing. 1 space extension, and then a 2 space extension. Okay, so we want to be careful of having something like a 3 space and a 2 space, or a 2 space and a 2 space, right? That 1 space extension provides solidity along the edge. Okay. Now up at the top left, you have 1 space, 1 space, which is fine because, you know, you can't bump into my K17 stone.
right.
But here on the side, a 2 space off of a 1 space is good. Okay, so now you have the same question again. Is there another place where you could expand and restrict at the same time?
I see a couple locations, but
Okay, and that's where you want to play. All of our groups started with bases. Okay, so it's just a matter of extending that base a little bit further. Okay, so Hane at the head of 2 or 3 stones. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit weak. You tend to have a, you tend to be playing that sort of empty triangle. Now, that 90-degree corner works when it's in an opening, like in the lower right-hand side. Those
Okay.
3 stones are fine because they're facing towards the outside. They're making a 2-space wall towards the top. They're making a 2-space wall towards your extension. But here they're not doing that. So we tend to want to stay away from that.
All
Okay,
right.
so now I've um, moved here into the corner and attached to your 1 stone. You remember what happened last time when that happened?
Got behind me.
Yeah, I got behind you. So that, yeah, I don't know about this.
Oh wait, right, because you can just hit 4 right after that. Right. I should have just gone 4 to
Okay,
begin with. That's fine. Unless you want to undo that. It's okay.
okay, I have to protect the cutting point of B2,
Right.
right?
Mm. I guess I probably could have gone lower there, but probably should have.
Now, when I push to B3, you want to step back to get support from your C6 stone. So because you should have played B5, I'm going to play B5
Right.
because a move that's good for your opponent is often good for you. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
So let's undo all the way back.
Undo requested. Undo granted. Undo requested. Undo granted. Undo requested. Undo requested. Undo granted. Undo requested. Undo requested. Undo granted.
Okay. So you want to step back,
Into B5.
B5.
Okay.
Okay. So now
I see
you're
what you're.
connected diagonally to that stone. Now, it's unfortunate that we have to do such a simple move, but sometimes there are simple things we have to do in life just because we have to do them. Okay? So now that side of your group is solidified. Instead of me taking it away from you, you've solidified it. Okay?
I see.
So you don't really have to worry about that side. Okay. Now I will play the move you just wanted to play because moves that are good for your opponent are often moves that are good for you. So it looks like we have a few viewers. We are here with my grandnephew, Rylin. Well, downstairs, my grandniece and her mother are talking with my wife. They spent the night, and they're eating waffles that I made for them. Okay, now there's that 3 stones again.
But isn't it to back up from there, or would it be?
No, no. You have a diagonal
Undo
connection.
requested.
Well, I'm
Undo
trying to
granted.
prevent you from getting behind, so
So what did I do at the top?
expanded back up.
No, at the top. When you played H17. Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, expanded toward the
yeah.
center. Expand.
Yeah, jump into the center. There you go.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to do the same thing.
All right.
All right, so now we're back to equilibrium again. So
All right.
now you can think about where you want to do something that will prevent me from doing something.
Mm,
Okay, yeah. So that works with the stone that you just played, right? So making a little box there. And maybe I'll just jump straight out.
okay. Mm,
Now, my moves are not going to be anything exceptional. You know, they're just going to be sort of a basic response to what you do. Okay, so I am going to go there. Okay, yeah. So that's a nice little dog face, right, off of the 217,
I remember that.
F and H. Okay, so that's a nice stable shape. Okay, now I'm going to do a diagonal here off of you.
Okay. So, mm, could probably just do another one there.
Okay, so now pushing from G15 would have probably been good.
Okay.
Okay, so, since you jumped out once, you want to be sure that the purpose for that is fulfilled. But by me, going over the top, it sort of prevents you from fulfilling the destiny of G15.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So just like in boxing, you don't always want to just be jabbing. Sometimes you want to get a 1-2 punch in there. Your jabs are to set up something more powerful. So G15, rather than a jab, it should have been a 1-2 punch.
All right. So follow through if I
follow through, punching into the center.
Okay.
Now, there's nothing wrong with what you have now. So it's a pretty solid position. But I'm making a box the same way you made a box down at the bottom with that group.
Right.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm going to lean on this stone because I've jumped out and now I'm going to lean sideways. Okay. Because my 1-2 punch. Okay, unfortunately, that's that same kind of empty triangle that you've been wanting to do.
In that scenario, then, if you put a hand on me and then back up, how do I prevent you from getting over? Because I just have that line of 3 stones right
Yeah,
there.
well, maybe you don't have to worry about me coming over if you've done something else beforehand. I mean, when I came over the top, oh, yeah, when I went over the top at G14, you just sidestepped. Now, if you notice, your 4 stones there, those 4 stones look just like my 4 stones, right?
Oh.
Right, 17 F and H look like 9 R and P, and then your 2 stones on 15 look like my 2 stones on 11, right? It's the same structure.
Okay. I see the structure that you're saying. I'm guessing you're trying to get me to go into doing something. But
No, I'm just saying that is a very common structure. I believe it's called table shape.
All right, I got you. Okay. All right, that's fair.
Now, do you need to keep in that area, or should you go somewhere else?
No, I'm going somewhere else. I'm trying to figure out where to go. You said it was okay to do a 1 space extension. If I have just a lone stone. I can't remember. You said something about that when.
Yeah, it's hard to maybe show me. I mean, we've been doing a lot of undos, so. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so my stones aren't that close to you, so pushing through there is good. Okay, I'm gonna cap this stone.
Okay.
Now, that would probably have been a good place for you to jump to as well.
All right.
Now, just as G7 would have been a good place for me to jump to. So you jumping out prevents me from taking the same spot. Now, the same thing, me taking M9 keeps you from taking M9. We're sort of like 2 pickpockets meeting on the street.
Trying to figure out who's getting in whose pocket first. I got you.
You know, we're both so good that we don't notice that the other person is reaching into our pocket. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Again, blocking your ability to push in by playing the same spot.
Right, right, right. Mm. I already see you have a pretty wide space at the top. I'm trying to figure out how to get in there and limit it.
Well, sometimes we just do things incrementally.
All right.
You know, we don't have to worry about big invasions until you get to a higher rank or higher understanding of what's going on.
All right.
I mean, you should be able to do the opening sequences before you start worrying about other kind of stuff.
I guess that was a bad position to play. Mm.
So Steven won a game, was it this week? He won by half a point
What?
because of Komi. Komi is usually 6.5. Because black gets the first move, white is given a 6.5 add-on at the end of the game. So the actual territory that black and white surrounded was equal, well, -6. So the half a point comes from the Komi. Now this is very incremental, right? And yet it has a fairly big effect.
Right.
Yeah, this is something you can't do.
Why?
What you just did.
Oh, right, because you can go on the outside of that. I thought you had to. No, my bad. I thought you had to directly connect. You're, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Damn it. That's okay.
Okay, now here's another little trick.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes, it's something you'll learn to do.
Okay.
So that, of course, will be a snapback on the 3 stones. If you take, I just take them back.
Right. Mm.
So just incremental, these incremental little chipping away at your opponent.
Dang it. It's okay. Yeah, I figured I wasn't really gonna be able to do much there. That's okay. That was a cool move though. Mm. Is there any way that I can save that group though? Because couldn't you just do the same
No,
exact?
no,
Not the group that's on like the PQ 1-2 area. I'm talking about like this little area base that I have
yeah,
right
you
now.
just you should extend. You can either extend or you can drop down. Put my 2 white stones, go to M1, put my 2 white stones in a tutty, makes me have to take the 3 stones and then just defend your cutting point. No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Undo requested. Undo
Wait,
granted.
which
M1. Okay, now my 2 stones are in a tutty,
Okay,
right?
right.
So if I play somewhere else, you just take my 2 stones and your 3 stones are rescued. So it means I have to take your 3 stones. Now you protect your cutting point.
Which is at the M2 or
M2's point. Yeah.
okay.
Correct.
Thank you. Mm.
Okay. Well, we've got lots of people watching today. We got
It was
7.
try my best. I
Okay.
want to do with the group that's in like the top left, where it's the A19, A18, but I don't know what really to do there. I don't think there is much I can do besides like,
Well,
like
you know, the bigger moves you make in the earlier part of the game set yourself up for making incremental, bumping each other later on. So you need to be sure that you're structurally sound in the opening part of the game.
and that's where you do that like playback move, right? Because we did that, I think, at what was it, B4 and B5 earlier.
Hello, my darling. Yeah, I don't know if you can do that on the second line.
Oh, right. Crap. That was kind of an absent-minded move on that.
This is my opponent making all these typical beginner mistakes. You start somewhere, and then you learn from there.
Right.
The thing is, though, you have to learn from your mistakes. You know, fool me once, don't fool me twice. Now, the response to making a mistake like that, me catching you out, there's only one place to play. Huh?
Well,
How's that gonna how is that gonna do anything? This is what you don't want. You don't want me playing B9.
okay. I see. Yeah,
Undo
I see what you're
requested.
talking about, yeah.
Undo granted. Undo requested. Undo granted.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the only thing you can do.
All right.
You know, when you make a mistake, you have to fix it. That's all there is to it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I don't know if this will work out, but I guess that's kind of. Oh, all right.
It's always a better idea to atari your opponent rather than let yourself get ataried.
Yeah.
That's,
I don't
that's a,
know what to
sort of a basic thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do from this position because I see the main groups that I have and the main groups you have, but there's no real way I can branch out into the center.
Right. So it's
So
too late in the game. Right.
I mean, at most, I can kind of
You
just
have to set up what you do later by what you do earlier. And if you miss your opportunity earlier, there's not that much you can do later. So your goal is not to make the kinds of mistakes that you're making now
yeah.
by not seeing, things like this atari. Right? So you started off with a fairly big area. So I'm just incrementally reducing that area. And then, taking advantage of mistakes that you make.
Yeah.
So the most important thing for a Go player is to be able to see what's on the board, right? Is there anybody we know who's watching this game? My grandnephew, Rylin, is the beginner here. You about ready to go?
Trying to find positions to play in.
Well, a lot of games are won or lost. Mada. はい。いってらっしゃい。Okay. When you play a stone, you got to be sure that it's not vulnerable to a counterattack.
Shit, yeah.
Learning to see what's actually on the board is the main job as a beginner. Okay, now I don't play that stone unless I'm going to play this stone. If I'm not going to play that stone, if I'm not going to play A3, there's no reason to play A4. Right?
Right, right. Okay. Mm.
Okay, you saw that.
Yeah.
But did you see this when you played J8?
No.
Okay.
Right, and then you can, yeah. Mm.
So incrementally reducing your area, right? By taking advantage of your mistakes,
Right.
right? That's why we pay attention to the moves we make. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice time. Right. Itadashai. My niece and grandniece, they spent the night. They're taking my wife to Costco. We don't have a car. I've never had a car. Don't ever want to have a car.
It's like, oh, what? Oh,
My first wife and I, we had a car when we lived in Sapporo, which we needed for skiing.
do you need in the car for skiing?
Yeah, you got to get there some way.
Fair enough. Mm.
Yeah. Ski to some of the same places that were used for Olympic events during the uh, was it
I figured not.
the Winter Olympics of 64, 74, 64. Forget which one it was.
Do you want to finish playing this out, or I mean,
Yeah,
all right, fair enough.
because there's something you have not seen.
Mm.
Okay. You've got one last chance to see a major mistake.
Major mistake.
Major mistake.
I see a couple. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Trying to
there's
think.
only one. There's only one major mistake that's been unresolved. So it's a not following through mistake.
Not following. Okay.
And if you want me to show you, you can just pass and then I'll spring it on you. Another hint, it involves a structure that I warned you about, I think twice at least during the game. Yeah, at least twice, maybe 3 times.
For the triangle face, then
There you go. Empty triangle.
what I'm looking for is, I mean, I have a couple of them, but
Well, find the one that's vulnerable.
I have a vulnerable triangle.
Yep, that's what we're talking about. Now, if there you go.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I was thinking that was the position. I was making sure that that was right. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So that's the whole point of me playing T10 and then resolving that and then pushing at Q11.
Right, right. I can see it.
Right? Because if I play there, the 3 stones are in a tutty, you could play S11, but then I just play 12, and you're in a tutty again, right?
I see it,
So you're going to lose all those stones.
yeah. Okay.
So you have to check cutting points, vulnerabilities. Hopefully, you know what they're going to be before you play, right?
Right.
For example, when I play A4, I know I'm going to have to follow up with A3.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's just, so if you know beforehand, you can evaluate where to play, in which sequence to play. For example, do I play in the upper right first? Do I play in the upper left first? Which one do I play first? If I make a move, you play, and then I have to do something that's ending in gote. So then you get the option to where to play next. But if I make a move that reduces you, but I don't have to play a follow-up move, that would be better to play before making a move that I have to have a follow-up.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah. Yeah, you needed to see that earlier. So,
Right.
being able to see what's on the board as it is very important. But being able to see what's going to be on the board before something gets played is also important.
Okay.
But seeing what's actually there in order to determine what you should do next, right, is very, very important. Okay, so we will see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you got to get those opening sequences solidified. Okay. We can't be doing undos on those. Okay? All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
I'll see you. Thank you, Uncle Jeff. Appreciate it.
Okay, everybody who's tuned in, there's a whole lot of people. Thanks for stopping in. We play Rylin every week at this time. In Hiroshima, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. 8 o'clock on a Friday night, I believe, in the States.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week. All right. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.
See it.